Greetings, Eric the Car Guy viewer. I am Eric the Car Guy, and this is FATR number 32. And I think you've guessed by now that the FATR is remaining on Eric the Car Guy. And that was by majority vote, a large majority in fact. So, now that we have that out of the way, I'm gonna take these and put them away and get back to having fun on Fridays. Because that's what I like. That's what you like. That's what we all like. Over on ETCG 1, I'm gonna answer to a little bit more the behind the scenes or the reasoning behind my little outburst. I don't think it belongs here. I think we should just get into doing the FATR. But if you're interested in the more in-depth explanation or what have you, you can head over to ETCG1. A link will be posted in the description, along with all the other links to the wonderful things I plan to show you here today. So let's just get started, shall we? Today's FATR can actually be called the Hawk 2 special in a way, because I have a lot of things sent to me by Hawk 2. I can't say his real name because my fat American tongue doesn't work that way, but there's his name. Thanks, man. He sent me other stuff in the past. Lots of you send me things to go on the FATR. I do have a lot of them in the hopper, just sort of stashed away. And I have plenty for several more shows, but go ahead and keep sending them. Just know that if you send me something, it may be some time before it gets posted on the FATR. But I'll try to cram as much into this show as I possibly can. So let's just enjoy it. Let's get right into it. But these are not from Hawk 2. These are actually from Greg. The only name I got is Greg, so thank you for sending these, Greg. Back to our weird video thing. This is an amphibious vehicle that goes pretty stinking fast on both land and water. Watch this. I thought that was pretty neat too. Next, Greg sent us another V8 chainsaw video. And this one, obviously another V8 chainsaw, but seen a couple of big burly guys picking up a V8, chopping up logs. Practical? No. American? Yes. All right, now we get to the first of our Hawk 2 offerings. And this is a motorcycle, and here we go with motorcycles with weird engines and things. A motorcycle with a V10 Viper engine on it. Frightening. Next, and we go from 2 wheels to 3 wheels. This is one cool looking trike. It is a supercharged trike that, I don't know. So now we work our way to 4-wheeled vehicles with lots and lots of horsepower. And this is a 1955 Chevrolet with a Merlin engine that produces 3,000 horsepower.
But he had a dream 15 years ago to build the craziest 55 Chevy on the planet. 1,650-inch supercharged Rolls-Royce Merlin engine making 3,000 horsepower. The first thing he did is he chopped out the firewall out of a virgin 55 Chevy and said, there, now I'm committed. Then he put the Merlin motor underneath the body and realized, holy cow, this thing is going to take a serious frame.
Now we're going to get to something I'm a little less familiar with, and that is the tank car. And I did some research to try to figure out what exactly qualifies a tank car as a tank car. And from what I figured out, I believe it's a car powered by a tank engine. I believe that's what it is. If I'm wrong, please correct me in the comments down below. But this is a tank car. Tank cars are probably going to be a bit more popular for 2 reasons. One reason is the next tank car I'm about to show you belongs to Jay Leno, talk show host. You might have heard of him. Anyway, he's into cars, and people were kidding him apparently about not having a bona fide hot rod in his collection, being a car guy that he is. So he went and got this tank car. In fact, I'm going to post a link to the article that I read up on in my search for what a tank car was, and it is powered by a tank. I believe it's a engine that powers a Patent tank. I can't remember, but anyway, the link will be down in the description. But this is Jay Leno's tank car. There's some interesting stories behind that tank car, because apparently when somebody built the engine or put it together, they used heater hose instead of high pressure oil line, and he was driving down the freeway and lost I think like 15 quarts of oil in like 10 seconds. It was all over the news. Quite an embarrassment, that kind of thing. Anyway, Jay Leno's tank car, kind of neat. And I did that research. It's a neat little article. You should check it out. Okay, and the last link that was sent to me by Hawk2 here was a link to something that I actually knew about before, and I'd love to promote here. And that's Fiat Nuts, his channel. So this isn't a video, it's a channel. And for those of you interested in understanding a little bit more about what goes on with machining, and a couple of you have also sent me some of his videos in addition to Hawk2 here. So thank you for that. Really good quality video. And in a machine shop in Costa Mesa, California, I believe. Awesome work. So if you want to see what it takes to do the actual machining of your engine blocks, your cylinder heads, that kind of thing, really go check out Fiat Nuts. I mean, it's an excellent channel. I'm subscribed to it. I think you should too. Now, these series of videos, I'm not going to show I'll show the clips. How about I show the clips up here? We'll run those clips while I talk. These came out of Saudi Arabia. I've got a viewer out in Saudi Arabia. He insisted that I post these videos on the FATR. He was very, very insistent about it. So I'm going to post links to all these three. In fact, I think I posted something or had something with these videos in the past. But if you want to see these videos out of Saudi Arabia, I guess they have long, straight roads, and they really like to drive on two wheels. And those were sent to me by, no way I can pronounce this. Sorry, once again, the fat American tongue cannot wrap its mind around that many consonants. And lastly, this one's from me. Yeah, from me. I'm actually contributing to the FATR today. Isn't that wonderful? I have been, let's see, where did I find it? Where did I find this? On my LinkedIn, there was a link to this Today Show report about another investigative report where a news crew went out with hidden cameras in vehicles to check the honesty of a given shop. And guess what? Guess what? I am so happy to report this. 3 out of the 5 shops that they sent their car to with a problem, all nailed it, dead on. 3 out of the 5 shops. For those of you that were in those shops, awesome. You are awesome. Thank you so much. And I consider that a success, because that 3 is more than those 2 shops that sort of failed the test of honesty. And I'm gonna keep pushing this. If you're lazy and dishonest as a technician, I hate you. You're making it hard for the rest of us. If you're a hardworking up-and-coming technician, I'm behind you 1,000%. We need more of you, because obviously there are these trust issues, because we have these investigative reports all the time, it seems, all the time. But this one on the Today Show, I'm very happy to report they passed the test, so to speak. So go and check out that little report. Give those guys a pat on the back and tell them to have a great day. Buy them a cup of coffee or something, or beer or whatever. So thank you once again for that. And that concludes FATR number 32. Like I said, we're back to business here on the Eric the Car Guy channel, and I'm just going to keep going with these on the Fridays. So know that if you're looking for repair videos, they will be on Mondays, and these FATRs will be on Fridays. So if you're not into watching the FATRs, just don't watch on Fridays. But you know I love you. Always have. Oh, and lastly, one last little point. I am having a hard time keeping up with all of you these days, and trying to have a life, because I don't have much of a life outside of Eric the Car Guy. Not complaining. I absolutely love what I do, and I plan to do nothing else for the rest of my life. I just want to do this because this is so flippin' cool. That said, I'm getting to a point where it's hard to interact on a daily basis like I used to, because there's just too much. So as far as comments on the FATR, I'm probably going to not comment on your comments. However, I will read them. So let's just put that out there. That will save me some time so that I can help more people. Just throwing that out there. I am Eric the Car Guy. You can always visit me at EricTheCarGuy.com or follow me on Facebook and Twitter. And speaking of which, if you have automotive questions, you can head over to EricTheCarGuy.com and just type it in the search box. That's all you gotta do. Just type a few keywords in the search box, see what your check engine light codes, those kinds of things, and the all-seeing, all-knowing database will mine through a bunch of stuff and hopefully come up with some answers for you. And if you don't find answers there, try it over at the forum. Because that's where I go mostly to answer those questions. I figure if you're going to go through the time and effort to sign up for my forum, then I will definitely return the favor by trying to answer your question, along with a lot of other really fun, smart people that are there to help. EricTheCarGuy.com, forum. Be safe, have fun, stay dirty, and I'll see you next Friday.